Hey folks, uh, had a chance to get an update on Esther's condition, so wanted to reach out to her army as soon as possible. I know it's been a little bit of time since you got an update, and I appreciate everyone's patience and support. As you guys know, more than a week ago, it's almost 2 weeks at this point, it is 2 weeks actually, 2 weeks today. Esther was taken to a special facility in Netherlands so that she could get the care she needed. And at that point in time, we thought that that care would include a surgery to repair her broken pelvis and the vertebrae that's resting on her kidneys and her bladder. When she got there, the specialist, the neurologist, took a look at her situation, and he wanted to try to treat the situation with her bladder with medication. Esther's bladder, for context, she's a little girl. She's 47 pounds, I believe. She has a little bladder. Her bladder should be little, but her bladder was the size of a watermelon. And the reason her bladder is so big is because it's so painful when she goes to urinate that she just simply does not do it. She can, but she doesn't. But the longer that transpires, the more her health is at risk. So basically right now, for the last 2 weeks, she's peed on her own a couple times, but for the most part, she's had a catheter or a vet tech has had to depress her bladder. I think it's called depress her bladder and empty it manually. I don't know. I don't know if that's the right word. Esther had a CAT scan on Monday, and the specialist was able to go in and really get a good look. She had one of those CAT scans with the dye, and they were able to get a good look and see where she had damage and what her prognosis is. And we got that news this afternoon. This is where it's not wonderful. Sorry. Esther is not in good shape. She's got a lot of injuries. She's been hit more than once. She's got a lot of damage to her pelvis and her vertebrae, but most importantly, her bladder. They are very concerned that they're not going to be able to resolve the situation with her bladder because there are bone fragments that are resting on nerves, and it's going to be very hard to correct that. So we can do surgery. And you guys are Esther's army. So if you guys come at me and you say, we don't agree with your decision, we're going to respect that because we're all in this together. But there's a surgery that could be done on her bladder. It cost about $2,000, and it only has a 10% success rate. So when we're weighing that against Esther's quality of life, for the rest of her life, Esther is going to have a caretaker that is able to depress her bladder, and we're not sure we can find that type of caretaker. Her quality of life is going to continue to diminish as her bladder is not healthy. So based on all of the information the doctor has given us, we think the most logical decision is probably to consider euthanizing Mama Esther. So based on that, our path forward is to discharge her from the hospital and to discharge her from the hospital and let her live a little, let her live for a few days, put a bucket list together for her. I'll get a hotel room and she can sleep in a bed. We'll get her a cheeseburger. She can have ice cream. She loves chicken. Of course, a puppuccino. we'll take her to the park and let her relax and listen to the birds chirp. And then our thought is that we would be with her during the euthanization, and we would let her transition from this earthly world to the heaven we know she's going to go to in love. That's our thought. The other option would be to do the surgery, and maybe we'll get lucky. It's just a lot of money. To be honest with you, we don't have enough donations yet to cover the medical expenses we've already incurred. So all of that is behind our thought process. So our thought process is to show her love, let her live in a few days the life that she never got to live, and then let her leave this earthly world in love. And we will continue to honor Esther as her army by taking care of her puppies, taking care of her dear sweet puppies, and taking care of that old man that took care of her and the puppies. So, more details to come on that, but that's our plan. I hate to say this because, it sucks, but we still need donations. We need your help to close out Esther's medical expenses and to honor her life appropriately, and to take care of her puppies. So Esther's fight is not over by any means. So we have to stick with it, and I'm hoping that you guys will stay in the fight with us. And we just gotta keep showing up here in Houston for these dogs like Esther. Okay, thank you all for your support. I'm sorry it's not better news. But Esther, she's a special dog, and we love her. We love her, and she's gonna know it. And that's the difference between Esther passing on with us and Esther passing on that street we saved her from. So thank you. I thank all of you for helping us show her a beautiful transition. Okay, thanks.